Alright, hello everyone and now welcome. Well, maybe I should check if I'm clipping. Alright, need to remember audio mixers, all of these things here all together. Hello everyone and now welcome to a game. This is going to be a game between IceOrc versus, well, WFZ or WFZ, depending on where in the world you hail from. For some reason, the name of the last letter in the alphabet is either Z or Z, depending on, well, where you learn your English, and if that wasn't confusing enough for all of non-native English speakers, since, well, English also borrows a lot from a lot of different languages all at the same time, and, well, I only realize it after I'm trying to teach my daughter like different rules of phonics and just like, wait, why does this happen, where, and why are there so many exceptions to the rules? It just doesn't make sense. Anyways, enough about English and on into this WarCraft 3 game as WFZ has spawned as the red, well, Undead over here on the top left hand side of the map. Meanwhile, over here on the bottom right, we are looking at IceOrc spawning as the blue orc. So, yep, a little bit confusing saying IceOrc. Well, actually, I guess it's rather fitting. Maybe if it was like a little more like light pastel blue, or, you know, frozen blue, I guess, so to speak, as we're also looking at a voodoo lounge being set up off over here. Thank you to anyone who is tuning in right now. Always having a lot of fun casting these games. I didn't realize that when I introduced myself to Neutron, I'm pretty sure it was a Neutron during the event. He was just like he later posted on my site, on my YouTube, it's like, I didn't know you cast WarCraft 3 games, and I realized, like, wait a second, like, why did you think, oh, okay, well, yeah, I kind of do. So, I guess in the world of WarCraft 3, I am a very small fish in still a small pond, as, well, WarCraft 3 isn't popular as Valorant, League of Legends, or Overwatch, anything of that nature, but still a great game, and I'm really hoping to see WarCraft 3 continue to grow. I don't know, maybe I'll reach out to Blizzard, or if Blizzard, you're watching this, I keep on saying this, Blizzard, if you are in fact watching any of my streams or casts, I know that BlizzCon 2020 was canceled, but any online events or even in the office events that you do decide to hold, I will definitely want to be a part of, and since I am local, maybe it can in fact happen. Alright, Blademaster going after this rogue wizard here, and this entire strategy to try and clear out creep camps, these center rogue wizards, to drop powerful items for the Blademaster. You can see that's exactly what IceOrc did, similar to what Hitman did in a previous replay, using the timing on that Blademaster to know when he should switch targets temporarily to minimize the amount of, well, frost armor that he has to deal with. One more hit and then he's going to switch targets, hit there, and knows that one of the little apprentice wizards are actually going to get targeted there. Blademaster picks up an additional item, already all full on items, and will be ready to head off to the north. Meanwhile, Death Knight wandering around, gonna hide in the very back here. What is going on? Blademaster perhaps trying to find his opponent, sees the Death Knight there. Did he actually trap him in the spot right there? Oh, he's trying to get a little bit of an engagement, getting some extra damage, and oh, was able to get in so much damage there, down to 324 hit points as it is now backing away. Alright, Blademaster looking to retreat. He does have a healing salve. He is going to go ahead and use that with no problem whatsoever. Blademaster now going to try and engage against that Death Knight. No, Death Knight being forced to walk back again, and the Blademaster actually accidentally aggroing those creeps again. Alright, Grunt and Forest Troll Berserker now doing some creeping away from the action. This is a very aggressive creep pattern by IceOrc, and it takes a lot of focus. A lot of focus to be able to execute this creeping, making sure that your Grunt and your Forest Troll Berserker are able to finish off creeps, as the Blademaster is almost at level 2. Now the Death Knight still wandering around here. The Blademaster is just causing a large amount of harassment, still wandering around here. We'll see what he tries to do next. Meanwhile, down into the center, you're taking a look at the Grunt and this Forest Troll Berserker finishing off the remainder of the creep camp, as the Blademaster will get to level 2 and now has access to critical strike. Death Knight, however, wandering around, regenerating hit points, a little bit of extra damage right there from a critical strike. I'm new to Twitch, but I've been watching you for so long. Favorite battle you commentate was the show match of passion and flow, especially the line "Death Coil" from Death Knight meant death for. Yeah, I remember that. All right. I do try to have a little bit of puns. Yeah, dad jokes are, well, dad jokes do come in very often since I am a father of 3. So I hope you like the occasional dad joke going on in these matchups here as the grunts. And now Goblin Laboratory gonna perhaps get cleared up here in just a moment. Forestral Berserker being backed around here. We're taking a look at a little bit of damage. Forestral Berserker trying to push units again. What is going on? Why would you aggro back all of these units? I gotta believe that that is an accident. I'm accidentally aggroing and taking in unnecessary damage. Blade Master now going after the Taskmaster here. We're going to finish off this creep camp without much of a problem. Grunts being forced to retreat back. Vampiric Aura. There goes that Forestral Berserker taking in far too much damage as we now see a Shadow Hunter joining in on the fight. All right. Shadow Hunter going to be making its way out across here. You can take a look back here. Blade Master now trying to back away. I'm really happy to watch you live to time, but man, I haven't watched Micro Wars in a long time after that show match. Yeah, no, there have been a number of micro wars and micro battles. Anytime you're watching a game with Happy, you know that micro is going to be a definite part of that game. Even in that battle where Happy ends up going and using that Warden. I saw, like, based on the skills of that Warden, I knew the moment that Warden had access to Blink, all of a sudden the micro would greatly come into play and really change things up. All right, bringing the Mantle of Intelligence to the Shadow Hunter before casting that healing wave, a great way to really maximize the amount of mana on that Shadow Hunter. Meanwhile, Blade Master looking to finish off more units. Shadow Hunter using up some healing salves as well. The grunts are healed up rather easily. Blade Master getting in some nice heals as well, partially because of that Vampiric Aura. Meanwhile, Lich is out on the other side of the field. Death Knight is at level 3. Lich picks up a Claws of Attack +9 and an additional Claws of Attack +9. That is going to be absolutely scary once that Lich gets access to an Orb of Corruption. Orb of Corruption, and well, meaning that Lich is going to have even more damage indeed. An additional +5 damage on top of the negative armor debuff, that corruption debuff from that Orb of Corruption, pretty much making that Lich almost feels like it's going to be hitting with critical strikes very often. There's only HD quality in the setting choices. Can't watch this with net. I don't know why. I am streaming at 1080p at 60 frames a second. That is, maybe that is the source already, so it's just trying to use exactly that. Blade Master picks up a Potion of Greater Mana over here on the top right hand side. Shadow Hunter has a Book of Dead as well. We'll see where it's going to go. Perhaps it's going to try and put in some early pressure as we see a Pit Lord as the 3rd hero. Pit Lord, very useful for Cleave and Howl of Terror, mainly Howl of Terror to shut down much of the damage that is done by that Blade Master. If that Blade Master is giving you problems as an undead, well, Banshee's cripple. Oh, a Book of the Dead used right there, trying to finish off this Sasquatch here. Torrent Chieftain now currently out as well. Blade Master gonna pick off the Sasquatch pretty quickly. Down it goes, picking up a Tome of Agility. There is the Death Knight and some more units coming in. Blade Master, is it going to be able to try to finish off all of these units? Yes, it will be able to windwalk, try and get away. The Blade Master, perhaps suspecting that there could have been a shade nearby, decided to walk away. Didn't want to have that accidental death coil finish him off when he was below 100 or 200 hit points. All right, Torrent Chieftain currently out. Gonna go ahead and finish off that one Renegade Wizard here. Shadow Hunter, I'm not quite sure why it didn't stick around to get to level 3. It really needs it. Level 2 Healing Wave, incredibly helpful at trying to keep all of those units alive. Maybe even just having these skeletal units go after the Murlocs for long distance experience would be enough. Not quite sure why we're not seeing that there. There you go, finally getting that underway. Huntsman gonna end up taking a bit of damage. That Murloc Nightcrawler is trying to spread the poison love, so to speak. Shadow Hunter does get to level 3 as he finishes off these 2 Apprentice Wizards here. Incoming for the Death Knight and all of these units. Raider getting taken down. Grunt getting blasted by Frost Nova, and he's going to get taken down as well, giving level 3 to the Lich. And all of a sudden, a major power spike in the Undead army. Level 3 Lich now, level 2 Death Knight, and well, the hero nuking is going to begin. What's cracking? Not very much. Was wondering if I wanted to watch the SpaceX's test flight and docking of the Dragon capsule to the International Space Station, or if I should cast a game of WarCraft 3. Just one game. Maybe I'll try to catch the tail end of those docking maneuvers that's happening. Claws of Corruption, that's OP, especially plus 18. Yep, definitely. You're looking at plus 26 damage now. So Claws of Attack, Mantle of Intelligence, and Orb of Corruption, plus 26 damage on that Lich. It essentially will feel like a critical strike every time coming in from that Lich, as the Lich now backing up again. Alright, more damage coming through. There is a roar followed by a stomp. Massive damage there, but the Tauren Chieftain's only at level 2. The AoE effect not as high as it possibly could be. Howl of Terror greatly reducing the amount of damage that Blade Master is dealing. But with the roar counteracting, it's still showing plus 16. Destroyer is chasing after those units, saying, you know what, give me that delicious magic that you are currently having. Raider gets an ensnare off on a destroyer and is going to be able to finish it off. I don't think WFZ realized that there was a destroyer that ended up taking down Blade Master. Going to try and engage here. There's Healing Wave, but the destroyer still gets taken down. There's the Stomp as well, finishing off more units as the units are retreating back again. All right, another Frost Nova finishing off another unit there. Kodo Beast all retreating back once more. Command Aura and Howl of Terror pretty much negating each other right now. Blade Master sitting at plus 18 damage, and that's even, plus 18 damage with the War Drums currently, but that Blade Master should be falling off in damage, as we should be looking at, yes, Temple of the Damned, in order to train up these Banshees for that curse. What's better than just slightly reducing the damage of the Blade Master with a debuff, making sure that Blade Master completely misses its target. For some reason, Tyrannistan seems to smile. Yeah, a little bit of a goofy face right there. All right, Blade Master coming across here. IceOrc noticing, hey, there is no expansion here. What is going on? I don't believe he knows about the expansion over here on the top right yet. A peon is going to shift off over there and spot it here in just a moment. There's also a Tome of Strength plus 2 being left behind, as the Pit Lord going to go ahead and clear up this creep camp, get to level 2. And now with Cleave able to deal a lot of damage in that front line spot. Alright, Pocket Great Hall being constructed. Here, fast expansion for Orc at tier 3, so easily done, as we are looking at that Tauren Chieftain about or halfway to getting to level 3. Also having that Vampiric Aura. Small, I mean. For some reason, Stan seems to be small, or, okay, I saw an eye there instead of a... Alright, yeah. Tyrannistan is relatively small, but you still have a large amount of area to walk around. Right? It's not like Turtle Rock, where the corners of the map are completely inaccessible, and thereby making the map feel even smaller than it really is. And there is a lot of places to actually go, to travel, even the spaces that you cannot walk on. Well, we've seen plenty of Goblin Zeppelin play use that very readily. Only the areas down over here to try and hide a unit, or Blade Master quickly getting caught here out in the open. Blade Master now trying to run back away. Is he gonna perhaps try and make its way back? Blade Master still right there, as the Blade Master does get spotted. Shade now gonna perhaps try and chase after that Blade Master once more. I think it's one of the biggest maps in the map pool. Is it bigger than Last Refuge? Last Refuge and Concealed Hill? I'll have to actually double check all of this. It feels smaller since you walk into each other fairly often. There's only 2 main walkways, so maybe the layout and the design is part of the reason why it feels smaller than it really is. I don't know the pixel by pixel or tile by tile size comparison, even though I'm sure someone will correct me for misspeaking. As we're taking a look, well, Shade gonna get easily taken down here by that Tauren Chieftain. There it goes. Alright, Blade Master going after the Obsidian statues in the back. Obsidian statue gonna easily easily be saved, as there's so much of the orc army or undead army right there. I don't know if it's been a long time since I played Warcraft, but I continued watching Crota even if I wasn't able to play. Thank you for sticking around. It is just a lot of fun. This BM is fearless, constantly roaming around. Yes, going after units here. No, not even a spirit link. Constant cursing. It can miss its attacks, as the Blade Master now trying to make its way down again. We are looking berserkers here ready to go. Shadow Hunter ready to go as well. Tauren Chieftain lying in wait, as the Crypt Fiend's going to, well, try and push a little bit of damage here. There are 4 Banshees, 3 Obsidian statues. I do not see any destroyers as of yet, and that is going to be important, as well. We'll see what happens. Possession might be useful to get the command aura while possessing a Kodo Beast, or anytime you can possess a 4 supply unit, that is always a definite victory, or a definite win right there. A definite win right there, as the Pit Lord is just holding its position, trying to well, get the units to come nearby. All right, there's that Howl of Terror, and well. No, yeah, there's that Howl of Terror, greatly reducing the amount of damage. Banshees are in the back, a lot of missing coming in. Meanwhile, Kodo Beast gonna go ahead and dine and dash 2 Crypt Fiends inside the belly of the beast, so to speak, as the Death Knight, and the units are all retreating back. Frost Nova trying to do a reversal. There's that Crypt Fiend now back out onto the field. Blade Master gonna eat some Obsidian statues as well, as the Banshees are trying to make their way through. Tauren Chieftain doesn't have that much mana, as they're trying to make their way in. Alright, Tauren Chieftain trying to continue to dive back across here. Another Kodo Beast gonna get taken down. Major damage now greatly reduced as the Crypt Fiends are fighting their way through. We do not see any web though, as the Crypt or the Pit Lord trying to push its way and perhaps get in some more cleave damage. More units coming across. Death Coil onto a Spirit Walker who was in the Ethereal Realm, thereby taking even more damage. Blade Master going after the Banshees, but the Banshees are making it difficult, as the Blade Master trying to chase after a low hit point Banshee. There's another Howl of Terror coming across again, as Crypt Fiends are still joining in on the fight. Banshees dancing around every which way. Banshee, well, was trying to miss right there. There's a giant stomp. There goes another Banshee. Tauren Chieftain now finally at level 3, has a potion of mana that currently gives 150 mana, will be nerfed to 100, and I believe 100 mana later, as the Tauren Chieftain throws down another large stomp. WFZ realizing, you know what, I do not want to stick around in this fight for very much longer. 60 supply, 48 supply army going up against 43, both sides with expansions, but WFZ may come out ahead, as he is setting up his second base. All right, coming back through, Peon gonna easily get taken down. No experience given there. That's the last thing you want to see. You're scouting out with a Peon, and then all of a sudden that death of a Peon gives an odd number level to an opposing hero, knowing that you're going to be fighting even more behind at the start of that battle. Yeah, they are strong, especially versus Orc. Definitely strong right there. Alright, Necropolis, Crypt Fiends, Blade Master nearby. No shade keeping track right here. Are we going to see another Obsidian statue get taken down? Trying to go after that Obsidian statue right there. No frost armor onto that Obsidian statue. That is the strange part right there. Why aren't we seeing that? Frost armor would have perhaps saved it, or at least lengthened the attacking time, as the Blade Master still backing away. Meanwhile, back over here, and we're taking a look. Wind Rider is going to go ahead and try and take down this Nerubian tower. Tauren Chieftain could have just run to the backside here, stomp, and then prevent the repairs. That's really a little bit of a misstep now, as the Orc army now going to try and engage from the back. Kodo Beast is going to try to dine and dash. No, not at all. Just simply retreating. Their Raider could try and throw off another ensnare to keep well, the Pit Lord and the Death Knight from well, following too closely. Banshee gonna get purged right there, and it is gonna get rooted into place, perhaps end up getting taken down. Is the Banshee? Yep, he does in fact, or she does in fact fall, as the Kodo Beast now trying to shift away again. Alright, Kodo Beast getting a healing wave to try and stay alive. Oh, there goes a Frost Nova, and the Kodo Beast says, you know what, I do not want to try and chase after any of those delicious Crypt Fiends, even if I am moving relatively quickly. Blade Master sitting at level 4, doesn't have enough mana. Oh, there is a Staff of Teleportation or Scroll of Town Portal. There is a Staff of Teleportation to get back out. Oh, he cancels it. Wow, quickly cancels it. Death Knight says, you know what, He was going to back away for a second, but the Death Knight being forced to stick around a little bit longer, perhaps expecting that the Orc or the Undead army is right there. He's going to travel the other side, and that was a key move. If there was some sort of reveal or a shade right there, that Blade Master would have had a very difficult time indeed. 3 base Undead. However, the main base only has 2 minutes of mining left, and well, what is the follow-up play going to be? So far, WFZ is starting to, well, take that supply lead, has a decent supply, has a slight supply advantage, but more importantly now, getting more gold out, and he should be able to replenish his, well, units much more quickly. Tauren Chieftain in the back right there. Are we going to see perhaps a stomp? Blade Master, come on, a stomp to stop the Acolytes. You are, unless the Raiders are all right there to try and just get in a lot of additional gold. Units are now trying to back away. There you go. Tauren Chieftain is going to stomp now. No, doesn't even stomp, even though it's amongst all of these units. 80 supply, Howl of Terror coming down. There's that stomp, stunning over 10 units. And that's about like 30 supply right there, as that Tauren Chieftain got into the thick of things and still ends up surviving. There is another stomp again right there. So much damage. Trying to get a quick hex onto the Lich to try and prevent him from getting taken down. Meanwhile, Howl of Terror still greatly reducing the amount of damage being done as the Blade Master gets to level 5. Blade Master trying to finish off more units indeed. Tauren Chieftain now out of mana, uses a potion of mana, puts his foot down, and stomps even more units again. Units are continuing to back away, and well, Banshees are getting finished off. Shadowhunter gets up to level 4 as the fight is still raging on here. Level 3 finally on that Pit Lord as the Tauren Chieftain throws down another stomp again. Tauren Chieftain out of mana items this time around. Units are still trying to fight and face or push their way through here. Death Knight not in danger of falling. Kodo Beast and more, well, Raider getting chased away on the far side there. Alright, battle still raging on. Shadowhunter with that Vampiric Aura giving a little bit more longevity to not only the Blade Master but that Tauren Chieftain as the Blade Master finds its target and finishes off another unit. Alright, Healing Wave still bouncing around. That Berserker seems like it has a death wish and will end up getting taken down. Lich with that love corruption there. Ooh, beautiful in time death coil. And yeah, and as thank you, WFZ going over to read that Tome of Strength right there, getting in a little bit more hit points and a little bit more damage. Tauren Chieftain is OP. Or Banshee's OP, but you can't make the Tauren Chieftain miss his stomp. Well, you can slow it down a little if you are Blizzard, and that's what we're going to be looking at. A slowed down stomp. Look at the number of just auras on this Tauren Chieftain right here. Endurance Aura, Curse, War Drums, Vampiric, Endurance, Spirit Link, Devotion. So Devotion Aura even added in for extra good measure to try and keep the units alive. Stomp useless if there are constant missed shots. Well, Stomp not nearly as effective. I wouldn't say it is useless. I would rather have my units not stomped in those situations as well, as they're still taking some sort of damage from somewhere or you are engaging. But I'm just sometimes I'm too specific, and other times I completely miss all of the items there. He almost had all the auras. No, missing True Shot, missing Brilliance, missing Thorns, missing Unholy, missing, as I say them more and more, it just seems like there's more and more. He's not missing Devotion Aura. He has Devotion Aura. Devotion Aura is from the right there. See? Devotion. Alright. He's missing Command Aura. Never mind, I forgot he has Devotion. Yep, Peons now making their way back down. Blade Master going after some of these units here. Meanwhile, the main Undead army going to be running on in. Pit Lord with a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability ready to engage. Wind Riders, army sizes. Well, it's 66 compared to 55 in terms of pure army, but the Orc, that also includes some ghouls, which are currently harvesting a bit of lumber. 66 supply compared to 77, an 11 supply advantage for the Undead. And is that going to go down here in just a moment, getting ready to fight and engage. Shadowhunter going to be moving on through. Tauren Chieftain going to be moving back and perhaps trying to land down a stomp, but that anti-magic shell, well, greatly reduce the amount of damage there as a Crypt Fiend gets lost in transit. There it goes, lost unit right there. Howl of Terror, greatly affecting multiple units. Meanwhile, there goes that stomp once more. Crypt Fiends trying to stay alive. Blade Master finds the bench, or finds the Obsidian Statue in the back. Temporarily went into high upkeep. Now back down to 78 as we look at another stomp coming across. Tauren Chieftain still looking to put his foot down one more time, and perhaps a stun, greatly reducing the amount of damage. There you go, stunning off another 15 to 20 supply as the Banshees are, well, rotating around the armies, trying to stay alive while doing effective magic damage. Tauren Chieftain gets up to level 4, level 2 Endurance Aura. Now, well, for faster attack speeds and faster movement speeds, easier to chase units as a Shadow Hunter trying to back away out of that spot there. Kodo Beast sets Frost Nova, and that is a slowed Kodo, but it's still looking like it's moving pretty fast as it is trying to get away down to 42, 18 hit points. There's a Spirit Link, but there it goes, getting taken down. Back across over here, the Undead army actually losing out a little bit more. Kodo Beast has something in its belly, perhaps wishes it could eat an abomination, as we're looking at the Headhunters now making their way back across. Death Knight, well, chasing out an army of Berserkers. Not quite sure why we see that. That army of Berserkers, if they're not engaging in on the fight, what are they really hoping to do? As all of these units are just off to the side there. The heroes were engaging, taking damage, while the Berserkers were not doing anything there, as a Kodo Beast is going to get lost in transit. Alright. I was going to say a good fight by IceOrc up until that loss of that Kodo Beast. That Kodo Beast could have easily eaten an abomination and then maybe switched things around just a bit. Yeah, trying to save some of those units didn't end up working out very well, as we're now looking at the Berserkers getting ready to engage. Berserkers have 3-0 upgrades. Both sides have 3-0 upgrades only. Are they going to try and engage here right now, as the Blade Master going to finish off an Obsidian Statue, and now no more real healing coming in for the Orc or the Undead army. Healing wave still coming back around for the Shadow Hunter units, going to try and stay alive. Blade Master finding target after target, finishing off Banshee after Banshee. Blade Master has a potion of lesser invulnerability, going to go ahead and use it. Perhaps try and buy a potion of healing as well as a follow-up, and now finishing off an additional Banshee too. An additional 244 critical strike, causing problems. Blade Master now being forced to retreat back. Are we going to get a healing wave right there? Yes, we are, and now they're going to try and fight through again. Blade Master in that front stop portion. Stomp coming across. Major damage. Dust of Appearance onto a Crypt Fiend, thereby revealing him, as the Blade Master still having troubles. Also taking down that Shade, who was spotting that Blade Master. Tauren Chieftain is still in that frontline spot. Needs a little bit more mana for a follow-up stomp, as we're looking at the Kodo Beast did get possessed. Kodo Beast was trying to eat something. Major command or a switch right, or that Warsong Battle Drums or a switch there, as we're, well, taking in a little bit more damage again. WFZ switching things up once more. Alright, Banshee still joining in on the fight, and it looks like the Orc is just trying to fight with their backs against the base, trying to stay alive here. Kodo Beast is going to eat an abomination. Yes, it does, but can it escape? That is what it's trying to do now, but no such luck. Alright, Lich could be in trouble. Lich going to be in trouble. Down it goes, as the Death Knight was unable to get off a major death coil. Units are now in a massive retreat. However, a Spirit Walker going to get taken down as well, as the Death Knight decides to escape back. Kodo Beast, is it going to fall? There goes the Crypt Fiend, level 6 on the Blade Master, but the Kodo Beast escapes. Back and forth, and I believe for the first time since the opening segments of the game, IceOrc has a supply advantage, or had a supply advantage. It is now once again neck and neck, as both sides sit on 3 bases. One peon, well, working to repair this Great Hall, keep it operational. Main bases, as you know, have already mined out. There they go. And, well, what is that Blade Master hoping to do? Trying to finish off this Obsidian Statue. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability used right there. But is it going to be able to finish it off in time? Just trying to get off more shots. There's the Death Coil, as the Blade Master says, you know what? I now am forced to retreat. Alright, Blade Master will definitely want a potion of mana, a clarity potion as well. It wants at least 300 mana going into that next fight. Blade Storm absolutely important in this upcoming battle, as the Blade Storm could easily finish off many of those Banshees who are just going to be hiding in the back. Coming back around, though, Blade Master not using a clarity potion, instead picking up a potion of lesser invulnerability, and still not really making its way through. Alright, a Shade is going to keep track of that Blade Master. Does Blade Storm work versus anti-magic shell? I thought Blade Storm was actually considered a physical attack, but well, that would be interesting to note and keep track of. One thing that I will say, though, anti-magic shell has a hard limit. So if you are able to just remove the anti-magic shell, even though it does act as a little bit of health, well, then the following stomps are just that much more powerful. All right, we're soon crossing the 30-minute mark of this game. Oh, nice that there's a little clock on the top off over there to see everything. We are looking at, well, very upgraded Troll Berserkers. What is that, 33 damage to 49, and with a decent attack speed. Instead of very slow, just slow, and that's with the help of that Endurance aura, as the units are going to be looking to engage again. 79 supply, WFZ's remaining bank, allowing him to rebuild his army that much faster, but he is going to be going up against a level 6 Blade Master. Blade Master, well, was spotted and then just runs back around again. If we get a level 5 Shadow Hunter for level 3 Healing Wave and a level 3 Stomp, well, all bets are off in terms of how effective that is going to be. All right, 150 mana used right there. Tauren Chieftain, what's going to end up happening? Units going to make their way off to the north again. And still, well, Troll Berserkers still making their way through. All right. Kodo Beast, Shadow Hunter. Berserker units are just lining up, ready, waiting for that next fight. Gold mines, 5,000 gold. 22 gold, 2,200, 2,000 gold, and 8,000 gold. So overall total gold seems to be about the same. And we're going to be looking at the units trying to engage here in just a moment. There's that Blade Master. The Anti literally is OP. I remember where my opponent was dumb. I get to steal other units, but my army full of other races really helps with possession plays, attacking places, defense sometimes. Yep. Are we going to get ready to fight? Here we are, Blade Master, going to get ready to engage. Little bit of anti-magic shell goes a long way trying to protect all of those units again. And it looks like WFZ is going into high upkeep, 95 supply, over 100. Is he still mining? Yes, he is. So this is pretty much a very large investment. If he does not win this next battle, he will have been mining 6 gold or 8 gold a second compared to 14. And that is a definite problem. You cannot allow that to happen. Who are the players? WFZ and IceOrc. Try to keep that up there for you guys as the Pit Lord is going to go ahead and launch in. There goes that Tauren Chieftain. Is going to find itself Blade Master. Oh, beautifully done and handled. There's that Blade Storm. It's there trying to remove, trying to remove all of that anti-magic shell, as you see. And one Blade Master does finish off one unit. Is going to be able to finish off any remaining units. Anti-magic shell, well, does work against Blade Storm, as you noticed in that fight right there. All right, that was an abomination. No, that was not abomination. Illusion. It is now in the belly of the beast, continuing the fight here as we are still pushing our way through. Blade Master continuing to push. Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 4, wants to get to level 5, needs a little bit more experience, and going to finish off one Crypt Fiend there, but still not yet to the right number. Kodo Beast off to the side, eating up a Troll Berserker there. There is another Stomp. Tauren Chieftain going to get to level 5, but with no potion of mana items available to him, as the Death Knight still wandering its way through. There's a quick Hex. However, Hex should have landed onto the Death Knight instead to prevent any of that, to prevent that death coil, as the units are now looking to back up once more. Tauren Chieftain back up to 69, 70 mana. Is it going to be able to pick up the necessary items as the Blade Master and the units are still fighting their way out here? Blade Master going to try and pick up some extra items. Shadow Hunter is right there as well. Tauren Chieftain picks up a potion of mana and says, I come bearing a giant foot. And there it is. There's that Stomp once more. Lich getting focused down so much. It is now hexed. However, the Death Knight may be able to get off another big death coil, and it does get taken down. All right, going after any remaining units. There are Spirit Walkers still amongst all of these units here. Obsidian Statues in the back. Howl of Terror from the Pit Lord to try and reduce the amount of damage that those units are dealing. And there you go, down to -6 instead of +7 as the Tauren Chieftain gets Spirit Link again. No destroyers in the air to try and devour that, but that's because of the large number of Berserkers in the back. Pit Lord is still fighting its way through, getting in a large amount of damage. Death Knight needs to get in some death coils to heal these units as another Ensnare goes down. All right, another Stomp comes across, and it looks looks like hero after hero is going to fall. IceOrc is actually behind in terms of army size, but is slowly taking down critical unit after critical unit as another abomination is going to fall there. Alright, Lich is back out onto the field. It looks like another Kodo Beast could get taken down, but this is the Undead's Kodo Beast, greatly reducing the amount of damage that the entire Orc army is dealing. Tauren Chieftain at level 5, not close to level 6 though, so we are not going to see reincarnation anytime soon, and I believe with all of that effort from IceOrc, WFZ still has the larger army and may be able to come out ahead. Alright, all of those Kodos being possessed right there. 2 Kodos for the Undead army, no Kodos for the Orc army right there, as we're going to see, well, death of a Shadow Hunter, level 6 on the Death Knight, as the Death Knight now makes its way, and, well, gonna go after that there goes the Blade Master, and with that, I gotta believe that is gonna be a GG right there. Somehow, the Orc army with the higher score, level 6 Blade Master unable to overcome, and, well, with the stronger army, WFZ comes out with the win in that last fight there. Possession, taking all of those Kodo Beasts. What's good for you is also good for me if I happen to steal it, and that's exactly what the Banshees did. Alright, Claws of Corruption, yeah, making that Lich a high priority target with all of that bonus damage. Still, I think a lot of time and energy was used to try and keep that Lich alive. When you already have an ensnared Lich, you don't necessarily, well, I take it back. The Lich also had a potion of lesser invulnerability. If IceOrc was preventing the use of that potion with the Hex, well, it did work, but the Death Knight with the Death Coil follow-up was enough. We have, however, seen a good, strong balance between using Stomp to stun and then Hex to delay, going back and forth between those two abilities to prevent a potion of that nature. Anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.